Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Monday, February 5th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. More strikes coming. Lowest approval rating. Atmospheric river. And Jordan's shoes for sale. That's all coming up. Then Bill is going to be here with your message of the day. But first, on Friday, the U.S. carried out the first of what we're told could be weeks of attacks against Iranian-based targets in Syria and Iraq in retaliation for Iran killing 3 Americans. Many conservatives made this critique early on, but it's becoming more mainstream that the White House telegraphed the targets, and the targets left. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin said it's likely that all of the people the U.S. was looking to hit left or hid and were not killed by the strikes. This, by the way, is one of Donald Trump's greatest pet peeves. He's been saying it for decades, how frustrating it is that we tell the enemy our plans. He said back in a debate with Hillary back in 2016, he said, the biggest problem I have with the stupidity of our foreign policy is we have these announcements out of Washington, and we'll be attacking Mosul in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So all the bad leaders from ISIS are leaving Mosul. Why can't they do it quietly? Speaking of, NBC News poll, Trump's handling of the economy has a 16-point advantage over Biden. In 2020, people said they approve of Biden on the economy by 9 points. How'd that turn out for everyone? Biden's approval rating, lowest of his presidency, 37%. Only 35% of Hispanics, 29% of people under the age of 34, and 27% of independents approve of Joe Biden's presidency. A third massive storm coming through California, an atmospheric river, as they call it. Southern California had 2 to 3 inches last week, another 1.5 inches on Friday, and now another 2, 3. LA is looking at potentially 5 inches of rain. Caltrans says we're telling all Californians, if you don't need to be on the roadway, stay home, stay safe. Part of Los Angeles, where there were a lot of fires last year, have been evacuated due to possible mudslides. Already hundreds of flights canceled out of San Francisco and hundreds of thousands without power due to the wind. LA again could see up to 5 inches. They usually get 14 inches of rain a year. Michael Jordan makes about $250 million a year off of his sneakers. It's 5% of sales. Well, they just auctioned off 6 particular pairs, the pairs that he wore during his 6 NBA championships, 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. How much do you think they went for? 6 pairs of sneakers, $8 million. The highest price for any Jordan memorabilia was the jersey he wore in Game 1 of his first NBA championships. That went for $10 million. How much could Bill auction off one of his ties for? That's what I want to know. He's up next with your message of the day.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Monday, we have legitimized extremism in America. Now, it's always been here. The Ku Klux Klan had to be beaten down by federal forces. U.S. Grant was behind that. But now, because of cyberspace, because of the devices, because of irresponsible companies, we have extremism being disguised as normalcy. If you go on the internet, websites, you can find the most vile, hateful stuff in the world. And some Americans, don't ask me why, believe this stuff. But even in the mainstream media, the corporate media, we have hateful things on display every day. Now, MSNBC is the best example of this. That is owned by Comcast, which owns NBC News, and NBC News produces MSNBC. If you watch that channel, you will get a steady stream of America is evil. The United States has always been bigoted. Blacks don't have a chance. Minorities don't have a chance. White patriarchy is ruining our country. Day in, day out, nonstop. What are you doing, NBC? I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. Al Amedia, Buckeye, Arizona. Bill, I know you don't like reading my emails anymore. Al, you're paranoid, man. I get thousands of emails. Thousands. We don't have favorites. It's whatever catches our eye that day. Anyway, Al goes on. Could you answer if Giuliani and the lady that was Trump's lawyer who pleaded guilty in the Georgia election cases will be exonerated if Fani Willis corruption blows up and gets taken down? No. Once the case is adjudicated fully, and if you plead guilty, then it's adjudicated. Now, Giuliani, I believe, is appealing, but the other people who pled guilty in Georgia, that's it. Dale Slattery, Elburn, Illinois. Hey, Bill, excellent point regarding the use of analytics to determine human emotions when describing the Detroit Lions' loss. Analytics can be beneficial. We're now replacing authenticity and human interaction with metrics. All aspects of our society are affected. True connection with others is a very rare commodity. Excellent letter, Dale. The reason the Detroit Lions are not going to the Super Bowl is that their coach used a false strategy based upon a likely outcome. Took all the human emotion out. If you're up by 2 touchdowns and you add 3 more points, you're up by 3 scores. That's a surge of energy into the team. You don't gamble with that. And he did. And he lost twice. Don Miller, Wenenskill, New York. Love the No Spin News. My wife gave me premium membership for Christmas. It is the best gift I've received in years. My question, in researching Mayorkas, I was shocked to find that some government attorneys earn salaries of $260,000 a year. Does that seem odd? No. Attorneys are well paid. You want their expertise, you got to pay them. In a moment, something you might not know. Our freedoms should never be taken for granted. They must be cherished, protected, and defended. When corporations pander to the liberal agenda, they must be punished. When corporations stand up for conservative values, they should be supported. This brings me to Freedom 2.0, the bottled water company that proudly represents us. They have hilarious sayings on each bottle like, "This water ain't woke," and "bottled with liberal tears." Use the code BILL for a 15% discount and subscribe to Freedom 2.0. We must never discount freedom, but we can discount water as long as you use the code BILL. Please visit freedom20.com to order now. That's freedom, the number 2, the letter O.com. Freedom20.com, use code BILL for 15% off. Now the O'Reilly update brings you something you might not know. Bust out the sunscreen. It is nearly spring break time across the USA. For the next few weeks, college students will ditch the textbooks and head south for warmer climates. The tradition began 95 years ago. The party started when 25 universities gathered for a swimming competition in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Local businesses cashed in immediately, catering to the kids with beer and hot dogs. Nearly a century later, the break means huge business. Here are the most popular destinations for this year. Panama Beach, Florida. City's considered the spring break capital of the world. More than 500,000 college students will descend on the Panhandle. Next, South Beach, Miami. Frustrated Floridians are hoping to avoid a repeat of last year. 25,000 rowdy tourists partied until sunrise. Residents are asking Miami Beach police to roll back last call from 5 a.m. to midnight. Second place, south of the border, Cancun, Mexico, but beware. Cartel violence in Cancun up double digits compared to 5 years ago. The most popular destination for spring break in America. Ready? New Orleans. 2 million folks will travel to Cajun country for Mardi Gras. The tourists are great for business, of course, but bad for the environment. 200,000 pounds of plastic beads and bottles are removed from the Big Easy every year. In total, students will drop $1 billion on spring break. Most of that on accommodations and booze. For many towns, the tradition is too much. Politicians in San Diego, Houston, Charleston, and Tampa are urging students to stay away. Each February, local police arrest 50,000 revelers across the country for public intoxication, public nudity, and fighting. And here's something else you might not know. More people than ever will use the break to volunteer. Survey finds 15% of American college students will spend the week helping charities like Habitat for Humanity. Back after this. It's time to start taking care of your liver now. Data from the American Heart Association shows adults with fatty liver were 3.5 times more likely to have heart failure than those without. And the American Liver Foundation reports that 100 million Americans have fatty liver. Not good. When you throw bad things like alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, and more at your liver, it's no wonder it becomes sluggish and fatty. Your liver has been helping you with many key functions every day for your life. And it's time you help your liver now. Liver Health Formula is an all-natural supplement with clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect. Try Liver Health Formula. Receive a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to keep your heart healthy. Please go to getliverhelp.com/bill. That's getliverhelp.com/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.